Hello and thank you for stopping by. My name is Angoli Ibesuku. Today I'll be discussing in detail monthly living expenses / budget for a typical family of 3/4 living in Scotland, United Kingdom. Everything I'll be discussing in today's video will be based on my personal experience as well as carrying out some research on the topic. If you like the contents of my channel, do consider subscribing, comment, like and share my videos with anyone who you think might find them interesting. So the first expense we have on the list is food. With a £500 monthly feeding budget, it is very possible to feed very well as a family of 3 or 4. We typically go grocery shopping once a week. We make a list before we leave the house to the shop, and this way we minimize impulsive buying of unnecessary stuff. We, however, do not feel constrained in any way. We are able to buy really good quality fresh foods and feed very well on this budget. We even go once a month to African food store on this budget. However, we try to bring in most of the more expensive stuffs directly from Nigeria. So if you plan ahead and you meal prep, you can comfortably feed your family of 3/4 on a £500 monthly grocery budget. So next on the list, we've got the mortgage, and the mortgage budget is £850. I'll be focusing on mortgage because that's what we currently have at the moment, but you can apply this to renting as well. I personally prefer a mortgage term of no more than 20 years, and that's why we've left the mortgage budget at £850. So with an £850 monthly budget, you're able to pay rent or mortgage for a 3-bedroom house in a lot of areas in Scotland. In fact, a lot of mortgages for a 3-bedroom flat or house in a nice location would come way under £850 if you're looking to take out a 25 to 30 years mortgage. So next on my list, I've got a home maintenance / home insurance / home care, and this is for £163. The home maintenance covers things like urgent or emergency repairs around the house, including things like cleaning of the roof or the gutters. The home insurance covers the money we pay to an insurance company to insure the house against any unforeseeable occurrence. And the home care covers things like calling out a gas engineer. This we pay the money for this to a particular company, and then they provide services periodically to us. However, each time we have a call out, we incur an additional cost. So next, we've got the council tax at a budget of £193 per month. The council tax is for 10 months out of the 12 months a year for a property in Band E, and it also covers water and waste services. Your own council tax may be a lot less or even more than that, depending on the band your property is in. Electricity and gas at £178 per month. So even though we set aside this monthly amount for the electricity and gas, some months we use more and some months we use less. So for example, during the summer, we tend to use less gas because we don't turn on the heating. But all in all, at the end of the year, it balances out to roughly the monthly amount we set out for the budget. So where we live, and this might also be true for a lot of people who own their own homes, at least in Scotland, we all pay a certain amount of money yearly to a company who maintains the grounds. They mostly take care of the landscaping and also ensure the grasses are well maintained. Transportation. So for transportation, I'll be focusing on car, and this is because this is a family budget, so it helps to get the family moving if there is at least one car in the family. So a lot of people in the UK take out car finance, which is similar to borrowing money in the bank to buy a car, except in this case, your lender is actually the car dealer. So with a £230 monthly budget, you can get a 5-year finance for most mid-range new cars. You pay the agreed monthly amount, and at the end of your finance period, you can either pay off whatever is outstanding to own the car, or you can return the car back to the dealer and then pick up a new one and get into another finance agreement. Obviously, the amount you actually pay would depend on how much your car costs, so it might be significantly less or more than my £230 budget. Then we move on to car insurance / road tax. If you own a car in the UK and you drive the car, you have to pay road tax. This is typically fixed depending on the type of car you drive. For the car insurance, you can shop around to get a cheaper car insurance. Just bear in mind that most of the cheaper ones won't come with some perks which might actually be necessary, especially if it comes a time when you need to claim. So you can shop around to get cheaper ones, or you can go for a more expensive ones with a lot more perks. And then we move on to petrol. So with the cost of living crisis, petrol has been on the the rise. And so we've got a budget of £250 for petrol for our 2 cars. It costs me roughly £50 to fill up the tank of my small car. I do a total of 95 to 100 miles drive weekly, so a full tank typically would last me for about 2 weeks. In comparison, my husband does roughly 150 to 200 miles drive weekly, and he spends around £150 on fuel per month. And then we come to car maintenance. You cannot own a car and not maintain it. So we've got the monthly figure we set aside to pay for a yearly plan to a company who actually services and maintains our cars. And this covers services and MOT for the 2 cars. Any other repairs incur us additional cost. Our childcare cost at the moment is 0, and this is because we make sure one of us is always available to do school runs as well as stay with our daughter when she's not in school. So the rest of the budget I'll be covering, I'm just going to read through them, and that would be starting with the internet/broadband at £73, and this covers access to non-Freeview TV, super fast internet, and family Netflix account. And then we've got a Microsoft plan at £20 because we use this for our work. And then we've also got mobile phones at £22 for both our phones, and these are SIM only phones. And then we've also got a TV license budget for owning a TV, and this is for £13.37. And then budget for professional memberships for both our professions is at £37. So we pay these to professional bodies we belong to for our professions. I have deliberately left out things like charity, emergency savings/investment, travel, entertainment, and miscellaneous expenses, which are nevertheless important part of a household budget.